I digress. Keep your eyes open. Don't be on your phone in public. Don't be digging around in your purse, your pocket, your backpack. Have the things you need already ready. If I'm leaving a store and I'm going to my truck, I've got my keys right here in my hand, typically my left hand, because I'm a righty. The second I go to leave the store, I've got my keys in my hand. I've already got my finger on the unlock button of the truck. I've got my dominant hand free, because if trouble arises, dominant hand goes to that. Or whatever you have. Dominant hand goes to can of pepper spray. Dominant hand goes to knife. Don't wait until you get to your vehicle to fumble around for your keys, especially if you have kids. My family, we have this planned out. We have this trained. We're at the car, everybody in. Mom goes, opens the back door. Kid gets in, shut the door. Okay, cool. Kids are in the car, safe and secure. My son is luckily old enough that he can get himself in and buckle himself up. Dad maybe starts putting the groceries in. He's on watch. He's up and alert. Mom puts kids in the car, shut the door. Okay, cool. Now mom and dad can finish loading the groceries and we're done. Obviously, I understand it gets complicated if you're there alone and you have children, but I would say throw your kids in the car the best you can. Shut that door, load up whatever you got to do. And then if you're going to go back and buckle them later, that's fine. But I see these people all the time. Doors half open, kids are still sitting in baskets while they're loading up groceries. If somebody could just snatch that kid and run. And that mom would probably never catch him. And unfortunately, the police would probably never catch him either. It's an evil world we live in. And more and more and more we see you are your own first responder. You got to take that responsibility for your family. I'm not saying anything bad about police. I know several. I go to church with several. A couple of them are some of my closest friends. And a lot of them are good people. There's only so many of them. They can't take care of everything. It's their job to enforce laws. It's not their job to save you. A lot of them will. A lot of them will put their life on the line for people all the time, and they do. But, when the old saying, when seconds count, police are only minutes away. You've got to see the need to defend yourself and your family, the people you love, and you've got to take that responsibility, and you've got to get the training and develop the skills to do so. Am I at 15 minutes? I'm quite sure Bear's going to edit this down for me. Couple key takeaways, and I'm going to get a more in-depth video for you guys and some examples. I'll go out in public and kind of show you some things. Get off your phone if you're in public. Whatever you got to do it in your car, do it in the bathroom stall, do it wherever you can that you're not exposed, okay? Pay attention to what's going on around you. If you're seeing something that makes you uncomfortable, avoid it. Again, like I said before, ladies, this especially applies to you. If you're walking through the parking lot and there's some people out there that are making you uncomfortable, turn right back around and go back in the store. Say you're alone, you're walking out with your groceries and there's some guy hanging out near your car and you're real uncomfortable about it. That feeling that you're getting, that gut instinct, again, that is a God-given response mechanism to keep you alive. Don't ignore it. Listen to that. Go turn right back around, go in the store. Find an employee and say, hey, there's a guy out near my car. It's making me feel real uncomfortable. Will you walk me out? I guarantee you, any real men left in this world will say, yes, ma'am, and do it. You don't got to be a woman, Guys, don't be afraid to do the same thing. Say, hey, there's a guy real sketchy out there by my car. Would you mind going out there with me? I don't know what he's trying to do. Most people will. I think I actually shared it on Facebook, a really good post this lady made. She saw these two guys. They followed her. She went to two different stores, and these two guys were kind of aimlessly walking around both stores. So she notices these two guys. This is the second store, second location. Same thing. Seeing them on the aisles over and over. She was luckily aware and alert enough to find out these guys are following her. They're watching her. They have some nefarious purpose. So she goes to the checkout. The guys walk out the exit. Still looking over the shoulder, still watching her. She goes to try to find an employee. There were no male employees there or bigger employees there that day. I think she actually said the security guard for that store was 8 months pregnant. So she wasn't about to put her in that situation. It was funny. She was looking around the store for her options. These two big guys came in the door. She said, that's it. So she approached them. She said, hey, there's two guys who are following me. I'm really scared. Would you gentlemen walk me to my vehicle? And without hesitation, they said, yes, ma'am, we will. So they walk her out there, and they actually end up chasing the guys. Unfortunately, they got in a car and got away. But I'm real glad that lady shared her story. It's an important example. Get help. If you're in that kind of situation, you'd be surprised how many people are actually willing to help. there are good people still out there in the world. They're not all gone. They're still walking around. So if you find yourself in that position, seek help. Make noise. Be loud. Don't be afraid to cause a scene. If something's going on, somebody's following you, if you're uncomfortable, set your car alarm off. Start yelling. That's what I tell people all the time. If someone is trying to victimize you, make as much noise as you possibly can. And if you're wrong and you look like a crazy person, good for you. You get to go home. People may think you're nuts. Good for people. Who cares? You're just another weirdo at Walmart. Nobody's going to remember you. You know what I mean? So, guys, I think I'll start to wrap it up with that. Just kind of want to get everybody like a little starter level here. I'm going to have a really in-depth video coming in the next week or so. Situational awareness is a big topic. There's a lot of stuff that goes into it. But if I'm going to give you some advice right off the bat, start paying attention to your surroundings. Stop using your phone in public. Stop digging in your pocket, your purse, your backpack, whatever, for the things you need. Have them already there. Have them in your hands. Have them in your pockets. Have things where you know where they're at. Okay? Pay attention, especially if you have children. Don't leave them sitting in the basket and go halfway down the aisle to look at something. Take them with you. I know that sounds really stupid and obvious, but you'd be surprised. You'd be surprised how many kids are snatched out of shopping carts because mom and dad are looking at something on the shelf. Pay attention to the things going on around you. The world is not unicorns and rainbows. As much as I'd love to make a politically incorrect joke right there, the world is not. It's full of predators. It's full of wolves. And unfortunately, most of the people you see walking around these days are sheep, and they're easy picking. Be the sheepdog. Don't be the sheep. Don't be the wolf either, but get yourself some training. If you want to go past this, get some tools, learn how to fight, learn how to use them. Guys, stay tuned. I'm going to break that down a lot further and go into a lot more detail. Be aware. Start watching things. Start looking out. Again, if you can avoid the situation, you keep yourself safe 90% of the time. A lot of it breaks down to common sense, which I know isn't very common these days, but we've got to rebuild that. We've got to regain that as a people. If you're walking home and one path is a really nice lit sidewalk and the other path is a dark alley, which one are you going to go down? Make better decisions. Criminals operate in the dark. They like the shadows. They don't like the attention. If you go to a store at night, where do you park in the parking lot? Probably up close, probably under a light. Because you're nice and lit up. You're close to the front. You're where the people are. You're not way in the back in the dark corner. That's where the bad things live. Where they like to operate. So make good decisions out there, guys. Pay attention to what's going on around you. That will get you out of so many situations. Check out my Patreon. Again, I've got my supporter tier up right now. It's $3 a month. If you like the content I'm putting out and you want to help support it, I appreciate that. You will get content a little early. You will, by default, get some content that I can't post on YouTube just because of their rules and the things they don't like. But stay tuned to that, guys. I will start coming out with some higher tiers. If you guys want some more in-depth information, some tutorial videos, things like that. So otherwise, guys, like, comment, subscribe, do all the YouTube things. Thanks for watching. I appreciate you. Will out.